Muddy River Mornings. I'm Bob Goff.
I'm Ashley Conrad, filling in for Brittany Boll, who is, shall we say, slacking?
Absolutely.
No, she's enjoying...
You know how much work I've had to do this week because she's been gone?
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah.
I think it's good for you.
Yeah. She wasn't the only one, though.
I wasn't feeling well. I was a little under the weather. Talk about timing. I was like, man, of course she would never just get a full vacation, staycation. I kept having to bother her and reschedule things. So thank you, Brittany. Hope you're enjoying your somewhat vacation.
But anyway, thank you for stepping in today.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of course.
it.
Hopefully I do her justice.
We're going to have a lot of fun here today and then fun later on Club Muddy today.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be great. But first,
let's
got to
start
talk about our friends at Crazy Cakes. We've got some great looking stuff here. You know, it's back to school time, and if you want to give your student a little treat, we have a PB&J cupcake, and then the teacher, perhaps the chocolate espresso.
Yeah, and then, I mean, how do you choose? I want to lick the jelly off the top of that so bad.
Hey,
I know,
it's
I'm
a
not
family
going to.
show.
I know, I'm not going
We
to.
don't talk about that here.
No, it just looks so good.
They have all kinds of like cool specialty cupcakes and stuff, and the order of them always changes. They can make special orders, but yeah, I figured, you know, the whole espresso thing. I know, you know, you and Brittany are into the espresso martinis and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
And teachers are going to need it.
Yeah, right. I can't believe school starts next week.
I can't either. It hasn't been a long enough summer, but I know the kiddos are ready to go back, and I know teachers are probably excited to get their classrooms and stuff in order. So
you're ready for your kids to go back.
I'm not. I love being at home with them.
Lies.
Yeah, I love being at home with them. But I know they're ready to go back, and I know teachers have been working hard getting their classrooms ready. So if you need a pick-me-up, Crazy Cakes.
No doubt. And
Yeah.
then, of course, if you have your cool Crazy Cakes tumbler, you can take that in and get your coffee refilled for $1.50. It's the best deal in town.
Absolutely.
So, good coffee for $1.50.
Absolutely.
So, well, it was a busy week as always. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to preview for the weekend. So you just want to get into it?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. Well, sports complex talk is heating up. The Quincy Sports Commission is seeking to put out requests for proposals to get an idea of what a new community sports complex or facility might look like. Now, this will be a lot of our Club Muddy discussion today with this lady next to me and also our new kid on the block, Muddy River Sports Director, Chris Dewar.
Absolutely. And the crackdown has begun on people who don't take care of their properties. The city of Quincy is starting to take people to court when they have multiple nuisance abatement violations. Our very own executive editor, Michelle McCormack, spoke to one resident this week who was frustrated with the city's approach, calling it quote unquote bullshit. We will be following this situation as they make their way through the courts.
You know, it seems like more and more people want to get involved and mostly watch their local governments at work, and of course that is a good thing. The Hannibal City Council, the latest entity to decide to upgrade the online presentations of their meetings. MRN's Aspen Gambacher was at this week's Hannibal City Council meeting and said after the former city manager basically sat on the project after the council had long approved it, it is now going forward.
And Aspen's been a busy lady. She was also in Paris, Missouri this week for the first court appearance, involving two Monroe City people charged with multiple instances of child sexual abuse. Monroe County prosecuting attorney Nicole Vauclert tells MRN there were 6 victims under the age of 12, and more victims may be discovered during the course of the investigation.
When I first told Aspen she was going to Paris, she was excited. Then she found out it was Missouri and not France. School starts in Quincy next week, and the Quincy Public School District will begin its year under cloud. Superintendent Todd Pettit and 2 Denman Elementary PE teachers are suspended pending a state investigation into their actions regarding birthday spankings and mouth tapings that have taken place over the last few years. Director of K-12 Teaching and Learning Kim Dinkheller and School District Business Manager Ryan Wicker are serving as the interims at the district for now.
And remember, Muddy River Mornings is driven by Hess Auto Agency here in Quincy.
We'll be right back.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Muddy River Engraving has been fantastic to work with, especially when I need something last minute, quickly. Andrew has just been fantastic to get me everything I need in a very quick, effective manner.
We work in a fast-paced industry, so for us, the fact that he personally delivers to it, that's one of the best things, and always comes through ahead of schedule.
What do I love about Muddy River Engraving? I love that Andrew supports the businesses that work with him. We'll see him in here almost every week, and that's nice that, you know, two people are helping each other out, pushing each other's product.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joseph Amavisca, a family medicine specialist with Blessing Health Hannibal. A primary care doctor can reduce your risk for illness and save your money. When I worked in urgent care, I saw people without a primary care doctor use these clinics not only when they were sick, but to manage chronic conditions too. That can be expensive. Having a primary care doctor, like me, lowers cost and enhances care quality. Your doctor will help you get the screenings needed to reduce the risk for illnesses. Prevention is less expensive than treatment. And your primary care doctor knows you, your medical history, and your risk factors. Personalized care enhances quality. Need a primary care physician? Call the phone number on your screen. Primary care physicians are vested in your wellness and committed to work with you to prevent illness and facilitate a healthy life.
Women are exceptional. In the workplace, in the home, in the community. We fill so many roles vital not only to our success, but also the success of those around us. We deserve health care that is as exceptional as we are. Blessing Health meets the very needs of every woman, from OBGYN care and breast health to pediatrics for those of us who have little ones in our life. Blessing Health, with you every step of the way.
Welcome back, and once again, want to thank our friends at Hess Auto Agency for being our primary sponsor of Muddy River Mornings. Okay, Brittany has taken me to the Bluebird in Hannibal. Is she taking you there?
Not yet.
Okay, it's this cool little antique, thrifty place. They've got all kinds of neat stuff. They're a client of ours, but I think mostly Brittany just wanted to be a client so she'd have an excuse to go there more often.
Well, she's going to have to take me. It sounds right up my alley.
Well, watch her here, and then you'll really want to go.
All right.
Hey everybody, Brittany Boll here at the Bluebird in Hannibal. Now this is a treasured spot that I've been wanting to share with you for quite some time. I know we've mentioned it time to time on the Morning Muddy show, but here we are. I'm here with the owner, Patty Talbert. Thank you, Patty, for letting me come film your treasure land.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so Patty, what is this treasure land?
This is an antique mall. We're approximately 16,000 square feet, and we have 50 different vendors that have booths in here and have all kinds of neat little treasures. Each of them have their own kind of unique little items that they like to bring in.
We were talking a little bit before this and said, you know, like every turn seems to be like turning into Grandma's house. It's just very nostalgic. You breathe it in. One of my favorites was, I told her, the Pyrex display, and I guess that's really big among customers here.
Yes, the Pyrex is very popular with a lot of customers.
Big popular ones that you can...
You never know what the customers are going to want when they come in here each and every day. But the Pyrex is a common favorite. But I can't say there's any other, just one particular thing that people are always looking for. Again, it can vary from day to day.
What about your favorite?
My favorite is a harder one, just like saying, you know, who's your favorite child? And that's probably why my house is so full of many different items. I do love a lot of the old artwork and frames. I don't know. There's so many things.
Yeah, I know.
I can't pick a favorite.
I feel like that when I come in here and I'm seeking out just like one item for something. I end up with way more than one.
Yes. and that happens so many times too. People come in here looking for one particular thing, and they leave with several different items, and they can't pick just one. Or many people come in here saying, they just want to look around. They're not really sure what they're looking for, but they'll know it when they see it.
That's the beauty, I think, of antiquing in and of itself.
Oh, yes.
Like you said, it's a treasure. You're finding treasure.
It is. And so many of the vendors in here have their booths that are so full of many different items. And so I think people like to kind of not necessarily dig, but kind of comb through everything, you know, in the booths.
Yes.
And just to see what they can find.
I will say, so I am quite the antiquer myself, maybe not so much knowledgeable about the value of things, but I know what catches my eye and what I like, and that's how I like to decorate.
Exactly.
This is really one of my favorite antique stores. Probably because you said 50, you have 50 vendors, but each vendor has like their own section and spot, which I know that's how that works, but their section and spot is kind of like spread out. Everything is a perfect, beautiful, eye-catching display.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And it's probably because, like you said, you have so much space. What was this space before?
Well, it's my understanding that originally, probably back in the 1800s, they built carriages or carriage wheels. Then eventually it was for a car lot, and they actually had cars in here in this building, probably where we're standing right now.
That explains, the giant space.
Right. So like the doorway, when you come in the doors were actually bigger than that at the time, and the opening. And then eventually after the car lot, it became Wright's Furniture.
Oh, wow.
And they told me a story about the doorway was actually big enough to bring a cement truck in here to lay more cement down.
Wow.
And so it was Wright's Furniture, I can't remember, up until sometime in the 90s, and until they moved to their other location. After that, I don't remember if it stayed empty for a while or not. And then there was another antique store in here prior to us moving in. And we opened last year, the day after Thanksgiving.
And it's been headwards and forwards ever since.
We're still trying to get it all full, and there's still a lot of work to be done.
So there's a lot of room left, too.
There is,
So how do they get a hold of you if they want to be at a booth?
Somebody can come down here and speak to me in person, or they could give us a call, and our number is, we're on Facebook, and so they could always
message on Facebook.
Yes, Facebook Messenger. But yeah, I like to talk to them in person to kind of see what kind of items they have. Because I've tried to be pretty particular with the vendors that I have, and I'm very, very happy with all of them. And they all come in, quite regularly, once or sometimes twice a week. Some of them come in more than that, bringing in all their new treasures, to offer to people. So it's really nice.
When they come in with their treasures, do you advise a little bit on how to price, or do they just come in with their prices?
Some of them already have a price, but there are several of them who will ask me what I think the value is, or what it might sell for, since I'm here nearly on a daily basis. So I kind of have a pretty good idea what people are willing to pay for items. Or they might just ask, if it would sell at all, and kind of what the popular items are.
Yeah.
So, there are many of them who will ask me, what my opinion is on that.
I would trust your opinion. Like I said, I would look at something and not know the value that's in my hands at times.
But sometimes, too, if it's something you really like, and somebody might have it overpriced, there are times that if I really, really like something, if it catches my eye, I'm willing to probably pay more than really what it's worth.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know what you like.
Yes.
And there's nothing really that is going to stop us, especially if it's something that we absolutely want. And generally, some of these items in here are what I absolutely want. So just to let our viewer, I know. So like she said, her house is full. I don't know how you end up leaving here without something every day.
It's very, very difficult many times. and I think, I will look at an item and think, okay, I hope somebody comes in soon and buys this to prevent me from buying it. And many, many times that does happen. And I'm just like thankful that somebody else is buying instead of me, because I really don't need anything else. But that's what I hear every day too, though. It's like, I don't really need this. I know, but we want to.
Yeah.
And it brings us joy.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. It's like, if it brings you joy, then go for that, I guess, So, what is the address of the Bluebird?
It's 109 South 4th Street, Hannibal.
And
downtown.
What are your hours?
Monday through Saturday, we're open 10 to 5. The only day that's different is Sunday, and we open at 12:30 and close at 5.
Wow.
every day of the week.
You
Every
can
day.
stop
7
by
days a
and
week.
treasure hunt.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Patty. We're
All right.
going to hear more from Patty later, hopefully crossing my fingers for a Club Muddy with her. This endeavor was her retirement from a previous job, and that job is so interesting in and of itself. I'm hoping this is a bit of a break for you, but I know you're always busy. Once again, the Bluebird in Hannibal. Come check it out.
Thank you.
Didn't that look like fun?
Now I really have to go.
Yeah. Well, she'll let she can take you in her brand new car now.
I know. Talk about that white hot mom car. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I can take care of people and allow them to buy nice things.
Yes.
You
We
just got
love
a new
you
car
for
too,
it.
didn't you?
No, it's been a while.
Lies.
It's time for a new one.
Here we go again. So, all right, hey, lots of great stuff coming up on our shows this week.
Yeah, I would preview what Frankie and the Klitz are going to do, but honestly, there's just no way to give you any kind of preview of what they're going to say. We never know what's coming out of their mouth.
It's a fantasy football argument.
All right.
Sports. You're excited.
I am excited about sports, but I will say their conversation always takes a turn, and it's always interesting. You do not want to miss it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, on our business spotlight this week, we hear from Nathan Rose of Rose Solutions about the ever-changing world of IT, internet, and computer solutions. Websites are always changing, as we are finding out here at Muddy River News.
Absolutely, and speaking of changes, on Club Muddy tonight, we have Chris Dewar. Of course, everyone's really excited about him joining the Muddy River team. Can't wait to sit down and get to know him a little bit more, figure out a little bit more about who he is, how good he is at golf, and taste the fine wine, right?
Got some wine. He's a vino guy.
He's more than just a sports guy. Can't wait to sit down with him.
And we'll talk about this a little later, but the wine, we got a really exciting wine thing that we're going to talk about on Club Muddy too.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Can't wait.
So, got a lot of baldness going on. Can you handle it all?
I can. Bald is in. It's
right.
trending. Yeah, so I can handle it.
So, okay, so let's talk a little bit more about you missing work.
Oh, gosh.
I try to be a lenient taskmaster around here.
You filled in for me very well. I will say I give you kudos for trying. There is no replacement for the Ash.
There's not. And I had a lot of fun, a lot of great guests, a lot of fun. Of course, Ethan's Rodeo we'll talk about a little bit.
Yes.
I love the Wymans. They are just fantastic people.
Yes. Speaking of sports, here is Shuck and Chris Dewar talking about sports, brought to you by Neiman's.
Hey, good Friday morning, Muddy Buddies. Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman here, along with my tag team partner, the sports director, Chris Dewar. Hey, we've made it through a week.
You have not yet strangled or killed me yet, which is against all the odds in Vegas. But God bless you for being a patient sainted man.
Well, it's been a fun week getting used to this. We still got to find our rhythm with everything, and we will.
We will.
But
this is not a 1 week deal. This is a lifetime.
Exactly, and we've made some plans. If you've seen our website this week, we've had some news happen. We've had football practices begin. You made it up to WIU. I've been out at Quincy University this week. I think we both came away with good impressions of both those programs. Culver gets started today, in fact.
Right, and I'll be heading there today.
Correct. So we have some things going on the college football front. And then next week is when people get to see us really dig into what we do best and tell stories. Because Monday morning, everything starts on the high school front. Practices galore.
The literal countdown to kickoff. And it's going to look different than I think anything this market has ever seen. Because
Correct.
we have plans that were different than what I did on television, different what you did in your past guises.
Yeah, because I haven't had video for the most part. Outside of Shuck on a Truck, I haven't had video packages with our preview packages. We're going to do that now. You're going to look for every team that we cover. And again, our area is expanding with this.
Which is a beautiful thing.
And we're going to go more into detail with that here in the next week or so. But we're going to have more teams that we do previews on throughout both West Central Illinois, Northeast Missouri, and Southeast Iowa.
Which, by the way, we had the big breaking news, our first Southeast Iowa story with Jackson Clark moving on to Monteverde Academy, which is basketball royalty.
Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, Cooper Flagg played there.
That's where he played. So number 1 overall draft pick in the NBA draft played at the place Jackson Clark is going to.
So that is a huge development, and I know for those of us here, that may mean basketball at Keokuk comes down a little bit.
We'll see.
But that's also a great opportunity for one of us to go on and pursue his dreams of playing at the Division I level.
No question. So good for him. Anxious to see what he does. I know I've had people say, does that mean Montverde's coming to the Quincy Shootout? Nah, probably not.
Probably not yet, but who knows?
But in my conversations with Eric Stratman about the shootout, there's some cool things. Not only this year, and we've seen the list of teams for this year, But he and I have discussed some things for next year with some local ties that could transpire. It could be a lot of fun. But that's a ways away. We got football, soccer, volleyball, golf, all that stuff coming up. Our good buddy Shane Holsey is going to have some previews starting this weekend on some of the golf teams, and then we'll dig into the football and soccer starting Monday. But he's going to be out and about doing videos just like you, telling stories. I'm going to be out with the camera doing photo galleries and writing columns and of course doing Shuck on a Truck.
What would we be without Shuck on a Truck? By the way, you've got some really fun guests lined up for that first week of football already.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I've looked ahead a little bit, and I'm trying to get a couple really special ones.
Okay.
Once we get past the football preview section, got some guys maybe with some Major League Baseball ties, some stuff like that we're going to dig into. I will have, hopefully next week, I will also have a series of Shuck on a Trucks with the athletic directors from our local schools.
Which you've been working on for a little bit
here. So we're going to get those done. Weather has impacted some of that. Schedules have impacted some of that. Somebody coming on board and stealing all the thunder.
I'm so sick of hearing about that dude as it is right now.
But I'm ready for Monday.
I am stoked for Monday.
Good.
I am so happy to be here. I appreciate you and Shane taking me in. I know this isn't the easiest thing in the world to adjust, but man,
we're a team.
It's been fun to be here.
Good. I'm glad.
It gives you new life, brother.
Awesome. Well, we'll get to it. Make sure you check out MuddyRiverSports.com every day. And starting next Tuesday, we will have our football previews. Our countdown to kickoff previews on the high school teams begin next Tuesday. So check it out right here at MuddyRiverSports.com. Everybody have a great weekend.
We'll see you.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
If you're 55 or older and ready for quality, independent living, Good Samaritan Home of Quincy is your first choice. We're constructing new duplexes and single-unit cottages ready for you. Prepay your lease now and customize your future cottage. Say goodbye to the hassles of yard work, snow removal, and home maintenance, and say hello to stress-free, independent living. There is limited availability, so call Good Samaritan Home today at 223-8717 or see for yourself at gshq.org.
So you ready for more hot, rainy weather, vice versa?
No, but I guess I'll take whatever comes my way.
Yeah, well, it won't be as hot and rainy as it was during the fair.
Good.
Because they had a rough...
It'll wash.
Yeah, Brent.
Literally.
Yeah, Brent Clare's he's really active in the fair, and he said probably the roughest one in a long, long time.
That's too bad.
But anyway, here's our friends Nathaniel Jones and Brent Clare with How's the Weather Up There from Farm and Home Supply.
Right. Yes. It's kind of a gloomy day. I need a mood enhancer.
Well, I got a rainy day joke.
Rainy day. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So why should it rain money?
Why should it rain money? Well, there's a lot of reasons. What do you say?
It just makes sense. Hi, I'm burritoologist Nathaniel Jones. This is meteorologist Brent Clare. Saw the weather up there, and we're in the studio for the first time in like a month or something like that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's nice to be back together.
Yeah, a little vacation time. So,
but we got some rain.
Yeah,
that came out of nowhere. I didn't see that coming, and then all of a sudden we got the thunder and lightning and a few showers. So
yeah, I got woken up a little earlier than usual, realizing that I had windows down
in
all of my vehicles outside. So okay, quick trip around the farm and get all those rolled up, and a little bit of a. It's a weird, I mean, I'm not going to go into the details because it's really weird what this happened here, but just how disturbances in the force, yes, can just affect just how moisture is. But unfortunately, it comes with a bad thing because if you've looked at the forecast, I did not like putting those numbers down again. 94, 95. It's like, no, we're done with this.
No, humidity's back.
And humidity is not as bad as it was during the fair. I mean, we could go. We were pre-showing about. We could go on days and days about the fair. But regardless, hot and humid back again, and the corn sweats is kind of dissipating because the corn is getting past its maturity to where it's now going to dry down. So
it's sawned out.
Yes,
the
it's
moisture
sawned out.
started to leak.
Yes, so we don't have as much as that, what we're going to start seeing is more Gulf moisture, and of course, you talk about the Gulf, you talk about the hurricanes, and we're going to have to see how they like to come up into the Mississippi Valley and give us more rain. So it's going to be that kind of a fall, I'm afraid. It could be a washout in places. So that concerns me because last night I tried to mow, and both of my mowers decided not to mow, and of course it rained again this morning, and again, it's like
I'm in the same boat. I couldn't get my mower to start, so picking one up at Farm and Supply today. So
good idea.
Yeah, it's new mower day.
Yes. So yeah, obviously we're going to be fighting, and of course we're getting into the favorite time of the year. The new hire might attest to this. Football season. Who enjoys football season when it smells like mud and muck and mowed grass, that decayed grass of that much? Oh, the sensory, the auditory sensor or whatever, the
olfactory.
Olfactory. Thank you. The olfactory sense is just bringing back painful memories. painful memories. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, we will see a couple days of heat. Then we see another chance of storms coming in Saturday night. Maybe a little cooler on Sunday and Monday, but then we keep back into this heat pattern. It might be until the end of the month until we get out of this pattern. Now, we may not be seeing 90s every day, that kind of up and down, but nonetheless, we're going to be in a pattern of heat and humidity that will probably last us. And of course, typical first day of school always has to be the hottest day of the school. That's why I always say that don't start until Labor Day, but no, I digress.
Yeah, that keeps moving earlier too. I mean, we got most kids starting on the 13th or 14th of next week around the area, so
it's crazy.
Yeah,
and when they're before college, I always thought college was the first ones in, but anyway. So yeah, we talked about that, and then we talked about the corn sweats, and then we talked about fair. So yeah, it's just a little bit of everything right now, but that's okay. We need to embrace our August. It could be the dog days of summer when it's just hot and dry.
That's what it feels like right now.
Yeah.
I was looking back in the numbers for July too.
Oh my,
so
yeah.
July we were slightly above average on the temperatures, but the precipitation 2.7 inches above normal for the end of July.
That's
so
right.
It's crazy.
And I wanted to go back because I saw the headline on that. And I wanted to go back because I knew 93 was obviously our worst. I can't remember the number. I think it was 7 inches. Doesn't sound like enough because it poured in 93, but definitely one of the top 5 Julys we've had in a long time. And of course, most of that came in the end. It was not necessarily throughout the entire month so. But yeah, definitely the most moisture, most rainfall, one of the hottest. It was also the most humid, I think it was. Yeah, and I don't think we have to disagree about that one. So, a very rare, that's a weird one to predict. Humidity and all that. It's not just the corn. It's just how the patterns turn and everything like that. So, yeah, it was definitely an anomaly. And I wrote an article the other day, said one for the record books and one to be soon forgotten.
Yeah,
because July was not the best of years for some of us, but that's okay.
And we talk about so many things are hinging on the weather, right? I mean, it's the reason of the show. Last July, spigot shut off. Yeah, absolutely no rain whatsoever, and then all of a sudden, then this year, influx of rain.
Right.
So, really hard to predict about what's to expect, especially in July, because it seems over the last 2 or 3 years it just varies so much.
Oh yeah, it does. And people ask me, so what happens if the spigot shuts off right now? I really think that as far as the growing season, as far as the crops out there, we have enough moisture to maybe not get us across the finish line. It'll be okay though. If it didn't rain again until for the rest of the year, we'd be fine. There's a lot of subsoil moisture in there. Most of the crop has already done its maturing and filling. It would make it helps fill the pods and the corn cobs out a little bit better. But obviously, you always want a little bit of rain. You don't want a lot of rain at this time of year because you want that good growing conditions. You don't want disease and all that to kick in. So, yeah. But we'll see. Again, when you have this much humidity and this much heat, you're going to have these pop-ups like we have this morning. So we'll just have to watch and wait and see. So, but nonetheless, like I said, we're coming up to a lot of things coming in August. You think August sometimes is the coasting of the end of the summer. No, I think it's
when stuff starts to get busy towards the end of school season.
Yeah, I know State Fair starts today for Illinois. And like I said, back to school stuff has already started. Football practice I think started Monday. I think it did. It's like, that can't be right. And my first scrimmage is it next week? Yeah, I think so. It's like, oh boy, I gotta get in shape. I gotta start running.
And you got to mow.
When? I'm seriously thinking about getting out the 15-foot bush hog from the tractor. Just
scrape it.
It won't get close to the edges, but it'll get close enough. So we'll see.
As always, lots of stuff going on this weekend.
Always.
The KC barbecue.
Yes, the kiss to the end of summer. It's always a great time. I'm hoping that everybody goes out and takes advantage of everything it has to offer and joins all of their community in fellowship and fun and maybe a few beers.
Are there still people who like come back just for the barbecue, like from out of town?
Yeah, I think actually one of my buddies is coming back for it. We're going to be gone, unfortunately, but it's always a great time, and it really does signal kind of the end of the summer, and it's one of those things that it's a little bittersweet for me because I do love summertime, but the KC barbecue has always been a tradition in our family. So. And
also in August, the end of summertime, we're also down to our last couple of Blues in the District concerts. Got one tonight, and it's another good one, and we're looking forward to maybe seeing that as well. Again, lots of great stuff going on, and it's the Chain Smoking Altar Boys, I think, and they're cool. They've been here before, and they are a great group. And but then if you don't make it to Washington Park on Friday night, you can make it there Saturday for
Farmers Market, which always has great vendors and, of course, fresh produce. And outside of fresh produce, you can find anything from makers all around our community. So it's a great opportunity to get out there. Washington Park is amazing if you don't really get to enjoy it very often. So take the kiddos and go check it out.
You can always find good sourdough bread there too.
Fantastic sourdough bread.
And usually corn and tomatoes are usually plentiful.
Yeah.
I've been lucky. My mom living over in Missouri, she has brought corn over for Ellen and us, and it's been really good corn. So thanks, Mom and Dad.
And I heard this thing on breads, all the additives and stuff, sourdough, especially locally made sourdough bread doesn't have all of that. So go take advantage of it.
No kidding. Yeah, it is, and it's good stuff too.
Yes, it is.
And then also this weekend we have Saturday night we have our Adams County Republicans who are going to be having their annual Lincoln Reagan Trump dinner. Keynote speaker is Congresswoman Mary Miller. Our own Michelle McCormack will be there covering that event as well.
All right.
Also, the Victory Bells are performing at the Quincy Community Theater.
Woo-hoo.
So anyway,
Cool.
lots of great stuff going on.
Always. If you can't find something to do, you're not looking hard enough.
So, I thank you for filling in today since you played hooky earlier in the week.
I thank you for filling in for me, even though that was probably an impossible feat.
Yeah, no, the way you sounded, I'm glad I did.
It was a rough week, and of course, timing couldn't have been worse, but we together made it happen as we are today. So
teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.